we learned to let things be. Just when you're in a situation that you can't conceive of, you don't know what's happening. If you can't do anything at the moment, just let it be. Just let what's going on go on. If there's nothing you can do, and relax, and somehow things work out. They really do. And I've had that experience all my life.
Really. And as you can see, the fingers, I can only bend them right here. I cut them all off. I gathered them up, and the surgeon from the hospital happened to be in the Ballard Hospital at that time, sewed them on. And so I looked down and I saw those fingers were still there, but they're stiff. I can't bend them anyway, just right here at the knuckle. And I was so despondent. I said, how am I going to support my family? I can't type, I can't play the piano. I could play the piano at that time.
My mother had courage, and she had a very, very hard life. My father died at such a young age, but my mother continued. My mother lived with me, with myself and my husband, an awful lot. So I was exposed to this lady. She didn't talk bad about anybody. I always wanted to be like her, but at one time I might say something a little bad about somebody, but not a lot. And now I don't at all. I try to see goodness in everybody, and it's there. It's there for the taking. But yeah, I don't know where courage comes from.
When our son died, which was the worst loss, or Chris died suddenly, I felt I had to take care of myself and stay alive so I could take care of Robert, because I thought I was going to lose him at the same time. That was in 2000. And, we eventually both made a decent recovery to that, and we stayed in very close contact with our widowed daughter-in-law and with their daughter, who was only 9 at that time. They were in Seattle, and we were over there at least every 2 weeks for probably the first 6 months after Chris died. I was saying to dear Lord, I've just got to stay alive here. Help me stay alive. And so I did.
It's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Gary, and we were friends all the way from probably kindergarten through high school. We had a tendency to get into trouble and do pranks Friday night or Saturday when we had time on, and we I'm talking 15, 16, 14, and this one situation, one Friday night, we rode up to the park, middle of summer, Spokane, and we were hiding in trees, scaring people as they came to the park. And that didn't work out well for a young man who came through on his bike, and we jumped out of the bushes, scared him. Instead of riding down the path to get out of the park, he rode up over the hill, and he rode through a garden of plants and crashed and actually hit the concrete with his face on the other side and was really damaged. And when we went over to find, we heard him scream and cry. Everybody in the park came out, but when we went over to hear him and check him out, he had messed up his mouth and his teeth really bad. And we walked him home and told his mom what happened. He got scared in the park and he crashed, and I caused that.